Hello students, welcome to today's online class. Today we are going to see some question review about network security expert 7 SD-WAN. So first, let me tell you about 591 Lab. That is the top IT training and certification exam brand in China, Hong Kong, Taiwan, and Singapore. Our mission at 591 Lab is to provide our clients with exceptional exam preparation experience for certification in Cisco, Huawei, Aruba, Juniper, Palo Alto, and Fortinet exam tracks. So today we have different topics like IPsec with dynamic routing convergence, some concepts, IPsec, best practice, CLEAD, templates, overlay links, SD-WAN zones, and diagnostic. So let's begin. In this first one, we have IPsec with dynamic routing, and we have a picture, as we can see there, where we have a question that says which configuration change is required if the responder FortiGate use a dynamic routing protocol to exchange routes over IPsec. So we have a configuration of VPN, IPsec on the phase one. So we can see there we have this configuration, and the options that we have are the option A that now must be disabled, mode CVG must be enabled, exchange interface IP must be enabled, and type must be set to static. So for this one, we are going to take a look on the official documentation. We have this example on page, this page. As we can see there, we have almost the same configuration about IPsec, VPN, phase 1. The type is dynamic, version 2, and as we can see there, the add route disable command has to be configured. And if we take a look on the description that Fortinet gave us, it is required for dynamic routing. So as we have this documentation there, this is the answer that we were looking. So for this one, our answer is the option A. For the next one, we have routing convergence, and in which two settings can you configure to speed up routing convergence in BGP. We have to choose two answers. So we have different options like link down failover, set route tag, update source, and hold time timer. So if we discard the options, I can tell you that the set route tag is used when you want to make something with the traffic that you route, and the update source is when you specify an interface for the communication of the protocol, the packet of the protocol. So I would take option A and option D, but let's see why. You see, if we want to take a look on the official documentation, we can go to this page, and we can see that this configuration about the speeding up the convergence, failover and recovery. And on BGP, we can change the whole timer and the link down failover. So for that question, our answer are option A and option D. On the next one, we have SD-WAN zones concept that our question says which statement about SD-WAN zone is true. We have four options that the first one says you can configure up to 32 SD-WAN zones per rhythm, and option B, an SD-WAN zone can contain only one type of interface. Option C, an SD-WAN zone can contain between 0 and 512 members, and you cannot use an SD-WAN zone in a static route definition. So, um, let's find about official documentation because there are some specific parameters that are very difficult to test on labs. For example, for you to configure 32 SD-WAN zones in one bidon, you can make it, but it's better if you take a look of the official documentation of Fortinet. And if we take a look there in this page, you can see about the official documentation of Fortinet. We have a maximum values table, and we took our version that is 7.2.6, and the FortiGate we took a model, for example, the this one that you see there, and if we make a search, you have there a lot of parameters, but if you want to see about SD-WAN, we make use of the filter, and as you can see there, you have a limit for SD-WAN members of 512 members, and the SD-WAN zone, you can see there the service and the SDN connector. So our question says, let's see again, you can configure up to 32 zones per bidon. Nope. An SD-WAN zone can contain only one type of interface. Nope. An SD-WAN zone can contain between 0 and 512 members. Yes, as you saw, that answer is right. So that is our answer. And for the next one, we have about the IPsec best practice. What are two advantages of using an IPsec recommended template to configure an IPsec tunnel in a hub and spoke topology? We have to take two answers, as we can see there. And option A says it ensures consistent settings between phase 1 and phase 2. The next one, it automatically installs IPsec tunnels where we spoke when they are added to the FortiManager add-on. The next one, the VPN monitor tool provides additional statistics for tunnels and defined with an IPsec recommended templates. And the next one, it guides the administrator to use Fortinet recommended settings. So if we take a look of the official documentation, the guide, we can go to this page, and if we see the FortiManager IPsec recommended templates, we have predefined templates, and the IPsec is one of these. And it simplifies the configuration with recommended settings. So if you make a login and you see about the the options that we have there, it ensures the consistent settings between phase 1 and phase 2. Yes, because it is a template. That option is right. it automatically installs IPsec tunnels to every spot when they are added to the Fortinet add-on? No, because you have to specify that template to that device, and that is a process that is not automatically. The VPN monitor tool provides additional statistics for tunnels defined with an IPsec recommended template. And now, it guides the administrator to use Fortinet recommended settings. Yes, as you saw on the documentation, yes. So A and D are all answered. The next one is about what are two benefits of using CLI templates in FortiManager. We have the first one, you can configure advanced settings, CLI settings, and in the next one, you can configure interface as SD-WAN members without having to remove reference first, and you can configure FortiManager to sync local configuration change on the managed device to the templates, and you can reference metadata variables. So if we take a look of the documentation, we can go to this page, and as you can see on provision templates, we have the script or groups, and that is useful for configure advanced settings and reference to metadata variables. So if we go back to our questions, we can configure. Let me see. You can make a configuration metadata variables. The option D is right, and the option A is right too, because you can configure advanced CLI settings to this way. Overlay links. And our question says which two interfaces are considered overlay links. We have to choose two. For this one, we are going to take a look on this documentation. And as you can see there in underlay and overlay links, we have this classification that Fortinet gave us. And as we can see on overlay, we have IPsec, including ADVPN, and gray and IP in IP. The other interface are underlay. So we go back to our questions. We have to choose about overlay links. So the B and the C are right. The A is physical and the D is lag. So we take a look. Those options were the right. For the next one, we have SD-WAN zones, and we have civics where it shows the system interface, and the other one shows the static route configuration. The other shows the firewall policies on the managed FortiGate device based on the FortiGate configuration shown in the secret. So, which issue might you encounter when you creating an SD-WAN zone for port 1 and port 2? We have there the port 2 is referring to a static route, the port 1 is referring in a firewall policy, and the port 1 and 2 are not administrative down, and the port 1 is assigning a manual IP address. On this one, I can tell you that when you try to configure S1 song with an interface that is reference, you can make it. And the option B is referent in a firewall policy. So this one, when you have a firewall policy as a reference, you can't configure an SD-WAN zone. In this case, we take a look about the static route. We have the static route. Yes, that is no problem. And if we take a look of the firewall policy, we can see that we have evolved there on this. Let me use a pen. On this policy, we have the port one that is being used, and we can't make a configuration of SD-WAN zone with this interface. So our answer is the option B. On diagnostic, we can see which diagnostic command can you use to show the member utilization measured by performance SLA for the last 10 minutes. So we have a diagnosis SD-WAN health check, SD-WAN log, SD-WAN SLA log, SD-WAN int SLA log. So if we take a look on this documentation, this example that is provided by Fortinet, we can see there we have diagnosis SD-WAN SLA log that we don't have their statistics. We have latency, jitter, packet loss, but not the parameters that we are looking on for that question, and is about 10 minutes period. So if we want to see about the utilization, we can see it with the command SLA log. So as you can see there, this command provide us statistics about the bytes that has been sent and received by the interface in the same period. So if we go back to our question, it says that is about the last 10 minutes, and we can choose the last one as is the best option for us. So thank you all for attending today's class at the Final One Lab. We hope you found the material informative and helpful. Remember, practice is critical to mastering any new skill, so review the course, the content, and keep practicing with Final One Lab help and support. If you have any questions or concerns, please don't hesitate to contact us. We appreciate your participation and look forward to seeing you in our future class. Have a great day.